FAST. That's just what you need to remember when we talk about, recognizing the symptoms of stroke. So FAST. F stands for facial drooping or face drooping. A stands for arm weakness. S stands for speech difficulty. And T, it's time to call 911. Facial drooping. So facial drooping, does one side of the face droop or is it numb? So when you look at this picture that I have here in front of you, you see a woman, and I ask the woman to smile, right? Ask whoever it is that you're trying to evaluate or assess to smile. Is the person's smile uneven or lopsided? So you can see here, this woman's face, you will see that she is smiling on one side of the face, but when you look at the other side, this part of her face is not moving, right? The smile is uneven and it looks lopsided. You look at the eyelid or the eyebrow here, it looks droopy, as well as the eyes. The eye here looks droopy. It's because there is loss of muscle movement in that area, or loss of muscle control. And so that's why it looks, lopsided. The smile looks uneven. Now we talk about A for arm weakness. Is one arm weak or numb? So what you do is you actually ask the person to raise both of their arms. And I'm going to step back here for a second. Ask the person to raise both of their arms. And the, normal is when they're able to raise both arms. But if the person is having difficulty raising one of their arm, or it really takes significant effort to, bring up their one arm, or sometimes they may be even completely paralyzed. They can't even move a finger, right? And that's something that's sudden onset, then that is really very alarming, and that you must consider that that patient could probably, or that person could probably be having a stroke. At that point, you don't even have to have other symptoms. If that is something that is sudden, it happened all of a sudden, and it's typically, with stroke, it's typically unilateral, so it's one-sided, then I would just call 911 right away, right? It's really a medical emergency. And I wanted to point out that with stroke, it's typically just, one-sided, unilateral. And then S stands for speech difficulty. Is speech slurred? So typically how you would assess this is that you would ask the person to repeat a simple sentence. Is the person unable to speak or hard to understand? If you look at the picture here, this lady is saying the sky is blue. But you can see how it comes out is she's saying buff fry flu. Buff fry flu. I am asking her to say the sky is blue. So you can see here that, she's having really some slurring of her speech. And if this is something new and it's sudden onset, then definitely think that, this woman may be having a stroke and that it's time to call 911. T is time to call 911. If the person shows any of the symptoms that we talked about, so it's F for facial drooping, A for arm weakness, S for slurred speech, even if the symptoms go away, please call 911 and get them to the hospital immediately. Do not wait. A lot of times, people wait people wait in the hope that these symptoms go away. Sometimes they go back to sleep and say, oh, I'm just tired, or oh, I'm gonna wait for my son to come pick me up, after work, things like that. No, do not wait, please.